Yo, what's up, AJ? How you doing today, brother?
Yo, 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 how we doing today, AG?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good. Getting ready to watch a little bit of this Pitt and West Virginia game. See what they talking about. Watch a few of these games tonight. Football is back. It's
It's
back.
back, baby. We got
Matter of fact,
boys playing tonight.
we got a
Like you
couple.
said, Penn State, with Penn State and Pitt.
Yeah,
UCF play tonight, opening night. Um,
we got Pitt. We got Brandon over there with Pitt. West Virginia. We got some kids from from Brevard County. The wide receiver that was at Coco. They switched him over to DB.
yeah,
Then let's see, Penn State, of course, we got Zane and we got Keandre. Well, they don't know Keywan Lee, but and then you got because at Purdue, somebody's at Purdue. I forgot who's at Purdue, but then
who's
of
up for
course
two?
you got UCF. You got quite a few kids over there, but
Yeah,
more importantly, our boy Nakai Martinez and the Seminole boys. The
yep.
twins. So we got
Uh,
quite a few guys out there. I got. I'm sure we got some kids from Central Florida at South Carolina State as well. So
yeah,
it's. I hope they're able to get the game in here at UCF because I know it's raining cats and dogs.
yep.
So I don't know.
Campbell. I just was watching a little bit of Campbell.
Yeah,
Um,
I need to go. Well, I was gonna watch them, but of course we had the show. But as soon as the show is over with, I'm gonna hit up ESPN 3 and check them out. How are them
yeah,
boys doing?
they up 14-3, second quarter.
Because
They
Chad, I'm
playing
sure
Citadel.
Chad ain't starting, is he?
Nah, Chad's not starting.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So at least we get to see a little bit about that.
I saw him on the sideline though. He looked good in that too.
How's my boy doing? How's the running game? 'Cause, Coach Brown is one of our coaches that we rock with. How they look? How the running
That's
game
what they
look?
getting off on the run game.
Okay, yeah, because most people don't know, but Coach Brown played for the Panthers. Used to be the head coach at West Orange a while back. So big shout out. But man, hey, let's go ahead and get it chopped up so we can get up out of here within this hour time frame. I did talk to our boy. He might see if he can get on because their games just got canceled where he was working at. So we'll see. So I'll
Okay.
let you know. But all right, so let's start up. The show is live. We got it. We football chop up once again. This your part. Talk to him.
Sponsorships, man. We are in dire need of sponsorships. Excuse me. This is the event that we do every year is an all-star game, senior all-star game to help recognize some of the outstanding players in the area. Brevard County, Volusia, Seminole, Orange, Osceola, and Lake County. So we got 6 different counties involved in Central Florida. We have sponsorships that will meet any organization from a title sponsorship to a banner sponsorship. So we have sponsorships that are tens of thousands of dollars. We also have sponsorships that are $100, $250. And no amount is too small. We'll take any amount. We'll greatly appreciate it. All of the revenue is going to go directly to the young men. Number one thing is purchasing uniforms. Anyone that's been involved with purchasing uniforms will have 50 players on each team. So that's 100 uniforms. We've gotten all kind of rates, but typically it's anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 a pair. So we just trying to take care of that financial responsibility, number one, because we want this to be something that the young men don't have to pay for. We don't want them to have to play in the All-Star game. That just doesn't make sense to us. We didn't do it last year, and we won't do it. So where there's a will, there's a way. We'll figure it out. But we're looking for any kind of sponsorships from anyone out there. We'll greatly appreciate it.
Okay, if someone wanted to sponsor, how would they go about doing it? Would they contact you, or how would you want them to contact you?
Sponsorship, you can email us at elite100prospects@gmail.com. You can DM us on Facebook, Instagram, um, Twitter. We got a YouTube channel. You can get in contact with us any way, whatever's best for you.
All right. Well, with that being said, perhaps next week we'll just show them the sponsorship package as well. All right. So he did go over social media just a second ago. So for
And
those
our social media is Elite 100 Prospects. Elite 100 Prospects. You can catch us on YouTube, where we do a weekly recap of the game of the week. We also do a weekly top plays. Young men email us and DM us top plays that they have from that week, and we normally highlight them on a YouTube channel. We have a Twitter, Instagram, as well as a Facebook group. So you can catch us at Elite 100 Prospects.
All right, so as you heard that, Elite 100 Prospects, that's at every social media avenue that you can get. Like I say, if you have a business and you really want to help out, by all means, make sure you get with Coach AJ so that you can get that done. And that's pretty much one of the things that we want to do. So somebody, I hate the way this thing shows up. We got somebody on Facebook that say yo, so I'm gonna always say yo back. Uh, let's go back in here now. We'll talk a little bit about the game of the week recap. You went to Jones versus uh, Jones. Well, you went to Tigers versus Tigers. Jones
Yeah.
versus Coco. So tell me how the Tigers did.
Jones versus Coco. I know before the game, we both agreed that the Tigers were guaranteed to win.
Yes, sir.
Um, and Jones was victorious 29-19. Started off a little rocky for him. They had three starters that did not start due to disciplinary action. And I can respect the coach like Elijah for that because that's a big game. The first game of the season on the road in Coco. You're on an 11-game losing streak versus Coco. And he had enough leadership to say, okay, I need to reprimand these three young men no matter who they are. It was a punishment that warranted. It stayed in house. It wasn't nothing major, but it was something that they needed to be punished for, and he handled that. They were losing in the first half 13-6, and it all came down to Coco not being able to score when they got in the red zone. In the first half, Coco had to settle for 2 field goals. So Jones could have been going down to the half 20-6, 21-6, something in that nature. They were lucky to only hold them to those 2 field goals, making it a 13-6 game. In the second half, Jones was able to get it together on offense. It rained pretty much the entire game. But their offense came alive in the second half. Once they scored a touchdown in the second half, it tied it up 13-13. On the next following possession for Coco, Jones got a pick six. So at that point,
Who
I
got the
kind
pick
of
six?
felt Tyreek Hollinger.
Okay.
Tyreek Hollinger, junior linebacker, safety type. He got a pick six, about 40 yards. And at that moment, I kind of knew Jones was going to win the ball game because they were able to withstand Coco's open and punch in the first half. And they battled through, got through the first half. Luckily, only down 13-6, but they were able to outscore Coco in the second half and come away with a victory 29-19. So a couple players I want to highlight in the game. Number one, Coco. Day Farmer, junior receiver. He had over 200 yards against Jones, 10 receptions, over 200 yards. He had his way, and majority of those yards came in the first half. They were able to settle him down in the second half. And for Jones, the player of the game was Jarian Parker, junior running back. He had about 148 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 26 carries. And with the weather, how the weather was, it was what they needed. So he ran hard the entire night. And he was able to help Jones come away with the victory.
All right, and then I went to our other game of the week, Akoi versus APOPKA. It was a good game. Weather was bad initially. You could tell that APOPKA's game plan was to not let Keandre Jones, who's a former APOPKA Blue Darter, do anything with them. Once again, like you said earlier, it was 0-0, but Akoi was inside the red zone twice and had like 7, 8 plays and came away with nothing. It's hard to win. They came out kickoff return 94-yard kickoff return 7-0, 6-0. Then they came back and threw a goal ball. They up 12-0, and you could kind of see that the Koi people thought the game was over with. It might have been like a minute left in the third quarter, and you can't do that against a good team. So Popka kept fighting, fighting, fighting. Had a real controversial call towards the end. Uh, no doubt about it, was a fumble. Uh, and it was, the call that the referee made, he was the ref on the Koi sideline. He made quite a few calls all night, but Akoi can't get mad because they should have like scored in those opportunities. So you can't
Right.
put that off on the ref. Definitely on fourth down, you had a obvious pass interference. He's running through the guy. The pictures speak of 1,000 miles, but it should never even came to that point. So definitely player of the game for me was the quarterback. I forgot what's his last name. Can't think of his name. Can't think of his names right now. But he's the back. He came in as the backup quarterback. He's a senior. He ran very very hard. Made a lot of big plays for them in the
Talking about
game.
for Popka.
Yeah, for Apopka. I know his
You
name.
talking about Caleb Hicks.
Hicks, yeah, he made some
Caleb
very big
Hicks.
plays. Made some very big plays. Towards the end of the game, he had like a 40-yard scamper where it looks like a Okoye was on a blitz, but the linebacker hit the wrong hole. If you hit the right hole, then it's like you know second and 15. Hit the wrong hole, 40-yard dash, got down to the one. Uh, but like I said, a Corey can't get mad. I think that just being obvious, you know, Apopka was playing a lot of coverages that they should have made him pay. It's one thing I'll just say this in general about coaching, all coaches. If guys are your guy, then you got to go to him. I admire the fact that, like you say, Coco went to this guy. Like if they're your guy, you got to go to him. It's just what it is. It's high school football. If they're your guy, you got to go. Sometimes, I think that but in defense of McCoy, the coach made a lot of calls. And like this is the thing when people go back and look at film, and this is why parents and people need to look at film. You could see where calls were made, and the players didn't execute it. It
Right.
might be a missed pass here or a fumble or whatever the case may be, where stuff was wide open or guys going to the wrong hole. So I wanted to say that to everybody. I encourage you, if you have a kid, everybody has huddle now. Go watch the huddle film. You'll be
Yeah.
shocked at what you'll see. Go watch the film and just watch the game through huddle because actually I personally think they called a pretty good game. I would have been a little bit more aggressive because I'm just old school. Like we got a 7-on-7 mentality. If this dude can't check this dude out here, we gonna treat him like a duck all day. If we
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
care we wouldn't care if the dude catch 20 balls in a row until you stop it. That's what we're gonna do. And I think Central Florida, from what I've seen, most guys when they coach, they just gonna coach their game. They don't coach the only one I really see like no one really makes adjustments. That's one thing I will say. I want to see what Jones does this weekend, definitely in Texas. I got a lot of friends going down, so I need Jones to put it down because I got a lot of friends. Duncanville, uh, is right next to South Oak Cliff. They actually had a barn burner. South Oak Cliff beat Duncanville, but South Oak Cliff, for y'all who don't know, that's the hood.
No,
You know,
They lost. South Oak have lost.
so
Duncanville won,
oh
but
they
they look good. I mean, they didn't look like oh my god, I was impressed. When I say they look good, like physically, they look
oh no
like
they grown men out there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they all really from the same neighborhood. Just to Duncanville, it would be like a kid going to Jones versus going to Boone. It's literally
Okay, I
like that,
got you.
So like, the hood kids end up going to
Oak Cliff.
Duncanville. Like no, Oak Cliff is the hood.
Yeah, right.
Duncanville, yeah,
So the
yeah,
hood
yeah.
kids go to Oak Cliff.
Right. But I'm saying, but no, the hood kids will leave Oak Cliff and go to Boone, like go to Duncanville.
Duncanville.
Right. So like if they was all on the same team,
It would cheat.
like they all in the same neighborhood, but they all end up going, to Duncanville, which is like a boom. It
Right.
really is. It's like a boom. So it's actually I want to see our boys do well because I'm talking noise. I'm representing Florida because as long as I love Texas, but as long as they Houston or San Antonio, I'm always represent Florida. So yeah, but so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. So we recapped those two games. Uh, Now this week we got an upcoming game of the weekend. We just want to make sure you guys know it's going to be a barn burn. It's Seminole versus Osceola. Uh,
For
that's a
sure.
hell of a game for the first game of the season.
Second.
Second game, yeah. So uh, but we'll talk about them more in depth a little bit later on. All right. So uh, next up, the weekly top 10. We had some changes due to some losses. First of all, let's talk about some honorable mention, and also we need to talk about the private schools. The top. Let's talk about the 5 private schools first, and then let's go into uh, the honorable mention, and then go into the top 10.
All right. So private schools number one, we got Lake Highland Prep. They played Tenor Rock. They won 45-0. I think Lake Highland Prep, they got a good quarterback, Carson, and we know the Ware boys, Cam, Mello. We just like we like Lake Highland. Number 2, we got Holy Trinity out of Melbourne. Pretty good program. You know, your boy Hurley's over there. He left Merritt Island.
They went to Prairie View as a linebacker coach and came back to Holy Trinity.
Correct. So he's at Holy Trinity right now, holding it down. They won a close one last week against Orangewood, 29-28. So they were able to survive that game. Number 3, we got Mount Dora Christian. They got a pretty solid team. They actually went and played Mount Dora, a public school, and they handled them 41-19. So shout out to Mount Dora Christian, Isaiah Bryant. He ended up having 4 touchdowns last week, 3 on the offense, and that ended up having an interception return. And then number 4, we have CFCA. They also played a public school. They played St. Cloud, and they handled St. Cloud 54-27. So looking at CFCA and Mount Dora, I can already see that they have pretty good offenses, scoring that many points. And coming in 5th, we have OCP. Now, OCP played a real good Wildwood team. They lost 21-28. But I believe Wildwood is a very, very quality opponent. So I won't hold that one against OCP. But I know that
Where was the game?
The game was, let's see. I think it was in Wildwood, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I thought it was in Wildwood, so we definitely can't hold that against them. They went on the road. That's a tough loss.
And but I know that Calvin Raymer, he's always preaching OCP like he should, but he was begging for a top list for the small schools, and then they come out and lose the first week.
Well, hey man, that's how I go. You know, like as a coach, you shouldn't even be worried about nobody's rankings. You got to play whoever the hell's up in front of you, and you know, and that's really the bottom line. So, you know, we definitely support anything Orlando, anything in any of the areas that we in. So hopefully those guys can come back strong, which I'm sure they will.
OCP was actually at home, so Wildwood came.
Yeah.
Wildwood came on the road and handled business as I thought they should have.
Yeah, they got. We would have picked if we would have picked that game. I think both of us would have picked Wildwood. So that's a good thing. So now let's get some honorable mention, and let's go from the 10 up to number 1 on these guys. So who do you have honorable mention?
Honorable mention. We got a couple teams. We got couple teams actually going to play each other this week. Spruce Creek, looking very strong in their opening victory last week. We have Lake Mary. They also won opening week against Dr. Phillips, and the last team, Spruce Creek, Lake Mary, Boone High School is another program that's doing very good right now. So right now, those 3 teams, and Wakava is young. I see everybody and their mama on social media, primarily from Wakava and Boone. So the spotlight is on y'all now. You just keep winning. But Wakava, I'm going to be realistic and honest with you all. Y'all saying that we sleeping on y'all. You guys were 5-6 last year. So in order for us to rank you in the top 10, you have to show us you can win consistently and prove it. We see you, we notice you, we think you got talent, but we just don't consider you guys a top 10 team right now.
Yeah, I think that realistically speaking, they could be a top 10 team. I think that every year as we look at talent, I've seen enough of their games to know like that they're pretty solid. I think out of all the teams that you name, they're really the only one that has a case. I mean, Boone,
And
you
they're
almost lost.
young.
Boone, you almost lost to Timber Creek. Come on now. You almost lost to Timber Creek. Let's just be real. Should have lost the game. You're lucky to win the game. But Wakava has been handling their business. Like the teams they play, they treating a duck like a duck. So, you got to give them credit for that. That's what top 10 teams do. They don't lose the games they should win. Or they don't even make them close. So, so if Wakava folks, y'all will have the opportunity this week to beat a decent team. So, and I know there's talent over there, and we'll see. But who we have as number 10?
Number 10, we got Winter Park. Winter Park came out opening week, and they handled Lake Nona 42-0. So we got Winter Park number 1. they have to play North Gwinnett from Georgia this week. So it's an out-of-state matchup for them, out-of-district matchup.
Are they
They
going to
take
North Gwinnett?
I believe so. Correct.
Yeah, that's going to be tough on them. North Gwinnett
Well,
has a pretty
let
decent
me.
team. If that's going to be tough on them. But for
Yeah,
all
they got
you
to go to. They got to go on the road.
Wakava fans, it really came down between you two guys on the top 10 on the votes, between y'all and Winter Park. And Winter Park just
Correct.
had the goose egg. I think that out of all the teams that played, to me, Wakava had you know, like Lake Nona starting the freshman quarterback, you know, is different, uh, and Boone, Timber Creek, you know, so Wakava did beat Olympia,
Correct.
which is a decent matchup. So that I think that's fair. So what are we talking about number 9?
Number 9, we looking at Lake Minneola. Lake Minneola beat Mount Dora last week, 29-14. I remember when we did the initial rankings, someone said on Twitter, Melbourne will beat Lake Minneola by 21 points. And now we come 2 weeks later and they lost by 15. That is a difference of 36 points, young man. And it was a grown man, so
Oh yeah, who was it? Call him out.
I can't even. He got to stand on that. But
Call him out.
you
Hey
can't.
man,
When I see stuff like that, with like we kind of know what we talking about just a little bit. So when I see stuff like that, I kind of just laugh at it. But Lake Minneola, they play EUSTIS this week. So we'll see what happens in that matchup.
Yeah, my wife says stop watching TV, but what she don't realize is we trying to actually look and see what's going on, with these games in case a kid from Central Florida does something, we don't want to miss it. So,
Right, right, right.
but if but just tell her all this conversation is great. I want the same energy in about 40 minutes. But go ahead. I want the same attention. Like in 40 minutes, she gonna be like this, like she just knocked out. But anyway, that's a whole nother
Gotta get
story.
ready for work in the morning. But
Yeah, already.
coming in at number 8, we got APOPKA. Honestly, I'll put some respect on APOPKA name. I thought that they were going to lose last week. I'll be honest. I just was not sure how they were going to be able to deal with all the losses that they dealt with. It's a very respectable program. I just had a conversation with someone a couple of weeks ago, and I said, in 30 plus years, I really can't remember APOPKA being sorry. So I respect the program. That's my fault. I guess I should have never drunk the Koi Kool-Aid, but I did. And we got APOPKA at number 8. They play West Orange this week. So that should be an interesting matchup there.
Yeah, Popka, just being, unbiased observer. Offensively, they're gonna struggle. They really are. Uh, when I say Okoye should have won that game, they should have won that game, and I think anybody there would tell you that. Like it's not if you watch the film, they left a lot on the table. I think that a pop could definitely get because it's APK, and sometimes coaches and teams
They be scared.
they choke. They choke. And it's just that simple. It's no, if you watch that game, Corey dominated that game from, you know, like had four or five turnovers, 3 missed pick 6s. It was just crazy. Like,
Okoye was still up 12-0 late in the third quarter.
yeah, yeah. So
So
it wasn't what you picked. Uh, you know, I think that, and someone here says Rosen is a defensive genius, and I think Rosen is a hell of a coach. But I think that,
absolutely.
but I
Take
think that
nothing away.
nah,
We'll never, ever in a
nah.
million years take nothing away from a Parker defense. That's what the program is built on.
Yeah, but
Defense.
but one thing I do know is, and this for all you coaches out there, you will never beat a Popka running the ball more than passing the ball.
You're not
I don't
gonna
give a
do it.
damn. I don't give a damn who you are. Now,
Nope.
now, like only team that could probably get away with it is Edgewater because they got to put 8, 9 people in the box. So I can hit you with 2 or 3 passes and we good. But
I mean,
just
and respectfully speaking, last year said was a junior, but he played edge of Parker last year.
Yeah, but no, but it no. Don't get it twisted. It was said the reason why they did it because they put 8, 9 in the box,
They
and
better.
so now they could go up top. Like me, man. If I'm playing a popcorn, it's bombs over Baghdad. I don't understand why coaches don't do it. Every time I've seen a coach that went bombs over Baghdad, he never has lost.
Hey,
Don't like
just let me be real though. Ain't too many other programs gonna see 8-9 in the box though. Air Jordan said might, but
Oh, no, I'm saying, but that's my whole point. No, a Popka still gonna have that, but you ain't gonna run through a Popka. That ain't
they're not
happening.
gonna run through them.
And
No,
Rosen damn sure wasn't finna let Keandre run through a Popka. You know,
absolutely not.
and so it was, I think that, the reality is, Koi, kind of eased up on the gas. You could kind of see it when they scored. They thought the game was over with. And when I saw, one of the kids, throw the ball up in the air, after he scored the touchdown, that kid is uncharacteristic. That's not even who he is. So I knew then, you see him on the sideline. Oh, it's over, it's over. I'm like, that's why you need and this, this is a shout out, and rest in peace, my boy Reggie Lee. That's why you need that kind of coach, a coach that's on the sideline, like, hey, you know, hey, y'all tighten up, get it, hey, it ain't over. You need that guy to go talk to these guys because kids are kids. They get emotional in the game, but you need a coach to calm them down a little bit. So but that wasn't as bad a pick as it seems because once again the game was
No, it was a
13-12.
1 point
And I
game.
popped
It
that.
was 13 to
Uh,
12.
and to be frank, they should have beat a pop. Real talk, and I think
Corey
even
took
Rosen would say that. But
Corey took the money away, man.
yeah, they tricked it off, but
Oh,
it's what it is. You're like, but like if you look at the film, like they probably sick. Put it like this, I can assure you the Koi coaches are sick as hell because they let one get away. That whole Dennis, remember Dennis Smith when we had him on the, you want to crown him. We let him on the
they were
hook.
who we thought they were.
Yeah. That's basically what happened. But somebody saying Osceola should be number 10. I guarantee you that's Pinellas. I ain't even got to go back and look to see who it is. I can put money on that. I might go back just because. But it's Pinellas. I know it. Yep, it's Pinellas. I told you. All it took was one. You know what? I'm gonna put Osceola. Well, guess what? I can't wait for Pickles. That's all I got to say. But anyway, uh, it is
Number
what it is. But
7. Coming in at number 7, we got Mainland. Mainland, they played D-Land. And we knew that D-Land would be much improved. Number 1, because of the leadership, Coach
yeah, no
Darlington
question.
coming into the program. But we know that Mainland has players. A lot of people don't know, but Mainland always have 3 or 4 guys who could play a lot of places in the
And they got good
country
coaching as well.
and good coaching. So D-Land jumped out on Mainland initially. If I'm not
And that was the
mistaken, I
worst
think
thing
it
that
was
happened.
it was
14-0.
14-0. And I'm sitting there
That's the
saying,
worst thing that happened.
ooh.
Worst thing that happened because
I
now
said,
that
ooh.
you play right into Mainland's hands then at that point because unfortunately Central Florida coaches they want to run the ball, establish the run. Hey man, when Mainland's throwing the ball, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Mainland got a junior receiver that's one of the top receivers in the area, and and
In the
and he eating
country.
right, and he eating, and they featuring him.
But
See, because
look
the thing,
though, I'm gonna be real with you. As good as James Randall is, and he's eating, I think
yeah,
James Randall is electrifying. They have a senior receiver,
he bad
Ajah
too.
Harrell. Ajah Harrell, and
AJ.
AJ Harrell, excuse me. I knew I was pronouncing it wrong. AJ Harrell. AJ had 4 touchdowns last week. 1 rushing, 3 receiving. In the kickoff classic, I think he had 3 touchdowns. He had over 200 yards passing last week. James threw him a touchdown. James also had a 1-hand catch. Demarcus DC, the quarterback, he had over 300 yards passing. Mainland offense attack is explosive.
Well, the thing about it is, man, like in the passing game, the reality is, man, if you got a dog, you got to feed him. It's just what it is. And and the worst thing, because Travis, was trying to establish the run and all that other stuff. When they went behind, he had to get rid of that shit, and it actually helped him because now you're going to your dogs. So now when you go into your dogs, now hey, because it's a problem. So shout out to the main, and trust me, guys, and I know AJ can attest to this. You know, it, in our room there was more a few people fighting for y'all to be hired. Real talk. So I think y'all just need to keep it going,
Keep winning.
and we'll see what happens.
And
All
shout
right.
out to their OC too. Coach Rowland is the head coach, obviously. I'm not sure who the OC is, but my dude was in his bag last week. They
I
had
tell
a
you.
reverse touchdown. They had a double reverse pass for a touchdown. Like he had to get creative, and he did a great job of putting his his athletes in a position to be successful, and he fed them. He gave them an opportunity.
In high
So
school,
shout
that's
out to
all it
him.
is. In high school, that's all it is. Let me give my dogs the ball. It kind of is what it is. So yeah, big
Yep.
shout out. And the OC is TA. You know,
TA.
yeah,
Okay.
Terrence Anthony. He the
Okay.
wide receiver coach. Like try to get TA to come work the Elite 100 game. That's another story. But TA, my dude, he's good people. Like hold on, yeah, somebody just yeah, he's an LC. Yeah, he's good people. But
TA did a great job
yeah, he
last
did a
week.
great job. So shout out to him. Who we got in at
Yeah.
number 6?
Number 6, we got Coco. Coco, it was a 2 versus 3 matchup. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, how Coco still in the top 10?" It was a 2 versus 3 matchup. I mean,
Yeah, you don't
somebody
fall.
had to
Yeah,
lose. Like they're
yeah, you
not
don't.
gonna drop
Yeah,
out of the top 10 just because of the quality of opponent.
yeah.
Coco, they look like a Coco team. I already said Day Farmer at receiver. He had over 200 yards. I don't think they're as explosive.
The running game wasn't as explosive
The
as it was
running
last year.
game, they only ran the ball 11 times in the
Oh,
rain.
so they changed their whole offense around. That's what you're
Like
saying,
the days of OJ Ross
right?
and Keziah Holmes
Yeah, Willie
and
Gaines
Jay Hawk and
and
Willie
yeah,
Gaines.
right.
Right now, they don't have that. Their dog is Day Farmer at receiver.
But they going to
Hands
him.
down, it ain't even a question. The kid had over 200 yards last week in the rain against Jones. Coco has a tough game this week. They have to play St. Thomas Aquinas.
Oh, that's the
Um,
L.
and
That's the L.
they
No,
could
that's the L. We
very
can stop there. That's the L.
they could very easily start the season 0-2.
No, they will. Like, hey,
And they have to go to St. Thomas. So they got to
L,
go down to
L.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's an L. They put it like this. They won't be in the top 10 next week. So any of you other guys that think y'all have a shot, y'all might as well get ready because they definitely won't be in there next week.
They're
Go
gonna
ahead.
open up a spot.
Oh yeah, spot open. There's no way. There's no way. You can't be
Man.
0-2 in the top 10. It is what
Nah.
it is.
So number 5, we got Rockledge, represent Brevard County.
Oh yeah.
They 1-0. Last week they played Gulliver Prep. They won 37-0. I
Oh, that's
always
not fair.
respected Rockledge defense, but goose egg on Gulliver Prep, that opened my eyes big time.
Did old boy stay though? Before we say that about
Jalen
Gulliver Prep.
Brown,
Yeah.
I believe he did. I didn't hear anything otherwise, anything different.
If Jay Brown stay, that say a lot. Yeah, nah,
But
look,
yeah,
hey man, it is what it is, man. I mean, I can't. Yeah, you're right. I mean, call me what you want, but hey, I tell you what. Since you feel that way, make sure
put
that
some wings
yeah,
on it.
put some wings on it. Then you feel that way, and I'm gonna want my wings like within a week. We ain't gonna have no wings better than you don't give it to me. So
Who is it
put some.
talking though?
Oh, that's Pinellas, man. Come on, bro. Let me go look to be sure because I don't want to put nothing
I
dirty on
thought
the
they
thing.
start talking when you start talking about Coco gonna guarantee to lose.
Yeah, nah, that's what it was. No, that wasn't Pinellas. Somebody else.
See, I told
I
you.
don't. Hey man, type your name in there because Facebook won't let us know who it is. So that way I know exactly who talking noise. So you can give me that food. So
But
who
yeah, we got Rockledge at 5.
strong
A
defense like you said.
very strong defense.
Shout out to T-Ron.
Shout out to T-Ron, their
37
D
nothing.
coordinator.
That's a good yeah man. That is outstanding. Let me
Right.
see.
And
Let me see if my boy.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe they had 2 defensive touchdowns. So anytime the defense is causing turnovers as well as scoring on them, I mean, anybody who plays football already knows you commit a turnover that results in direct points. The chances of you winning that ball game is very slim.
Oh man, that's sad, man. Hey man, you know what Big said? Hey man, it take a good man to admit that, man. But so we need to sit down and eat. You know what? I'm gonna come out to Coco. You take me to go get we go get some fish. I'll pay my way because I don't I'm with you on that. So
Oh, hold on, that's which Big said, Hawkins or Baxter?
said Hawkins.
Oh.
I think no, I think that's Hawkins. Hold on.
Hold
Let's
on,
go.
you got to
Let's
get
see
it
a
right.
question.
Get it
Hold
right
on,
on
that's a
this
good
name.
question. Hold on, let me see which one it is. Go ahead. Like, let me go ahead
But
while
so
I
then
figure it
look,
out.
let's bring up number 4. Number 4 is Edgewater. They played Bishop Moore last week, 22-7
Oh,
on the road. Our boy said obviously did his thing. He had 232. He only had 1 touchdown. They caught one back. I say only, but we just so used to him scoring 3 or 4 times a game. But he had 2 touchdowns. They called one back, so he ended up with 232, 1
22
touchdown,
carries. That's 10 yards a
22
carry.
carries. Yeah, you can't say nothing about that. One
And one
thing I
thing
am
about
looking for, I'm
Mr.
looking
Moore
for
was good.
Kai Bates to have a breakout season. I believe in order for Edgewater to be as successful as they could be, we already know Sid's going to do his thing, but he needs help. I believe that
No,
Kai
no, no, no.
Bates,
I'm gonna tell you now, them two sophomores, they look the part. Samaj, he's small, but
Samaje Fleming, yeah,
but
I'm
he
with
definitely
you.
put he's
But
small, but he definitely put it out there. But Kai,
Samaje is I
but
believe
the other
he's
boy
that
is nice
guy.
too. I can't
And
think of his
then the
name.
other one is I think it's Pig brother. Um some kin
He
to
might be kin
Alvin.
to him, but he don't have the same last name.
Nah,
Like
his
like
last name Howard, AJ Howard.
is that AJ? Yeah, that
It's
is
AJ
Pig little
Howard.
brother. Yep,
Yeah,
that's
that's
him there.
Pig little
Yep,
brother.
that's him.
So
Okay,
we
that
already
makes
know
sense.
the pedigree with Pig,
Yeah, he going to
Quincy.
work. Yeah, he went to
So
work.
but Kai is a junior. He's a year older than those guys. Kai was there. Kai was around last year. So I'm looking for Kai to step up, and Kai got to be an 800 to 1,000 yard receiver. Like, I'm gonna call him out on it.
I don't
That's
know.
what
I
I
don't know if
need.
that's possible because I don't
That's
really
what he
think.
need.
I don't think it's possible because it's said there. I don't think when it's only going to be maybe one or two teams that's going to be able to stop Said from getting 150. There's only one or two max.
My point
Uh,
is they
You're talking about
missing
to win a
Conley.
champion.
Jeremiah Conley, that guy did everything. They Edgewater, and I don't
But
want to
what I'm
say this in
telling
a
you, man,
negative way, but this year Edgewater is going to see how much they miss Jeremiah Conley.
man, I'm telling you that damn
They're
AJ
going.
Howard,
When I say
AJ
that kid
Howard and
is
Samaj. I agree. Conley's my boy, but that dude. All I know is AJ Howard and Samaj look damn good on that film. I
I
mean, they
give
look.
you that, but
That's all I know.
you got to realize Conley damn near never came off the field.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, them two.
Defense, offense. We talking about for 4 years now.
Yeah, Conley was a bad boy. I'm not saying that, but I'm telling you, on offense, them two young men. That's one reason why Kai doesn't have to have that for them to be successful. Like if he didn't have them two young men, I agree. But those two young men, I think they you know they can handle the pressure. I really do.
Between the three, they need 2,000 yards receiving.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Someone said no disrespect to Conley, but Samaj is a special kid. Uh,
He
and no,
definitely
like
is. And Samaj is only a sophomore, so he got
yeah,
so much room to
but
grow.
but that is disrespectful to Conley because Conley was a special kid too.
For
Like
4 years.
yeah, Conley was a special kid all 4 years, and Conley had
Undersized, like
and
everything.
oh no no, what people forget is when Conley was there, they had Chris, they had his brother, they had Tommy,
Yes.
they
And
had
he
Sid.
still got
So
on the field
correct,
as a young
and
buck.
and probably was definitely one of the MVPs on offense as when they were playing. So I think and Samaj is smaller than Conley. So before we I think Samaj is good, but let's not just anoint him. Because sometimes we forget how good kids are. You know, Conley was good. And we want the best for him
Conley
and for
been
Samaj.
good. That
Yeah,
boy, you can't remember him not being good from Little League.
yeah, he was good. He took a step back, and that and he's a story that you know he didn't work as hard. Like if he had his brother's work ethic, because Isaiah has a tremendous work. If he had his work ethic, Conley would have been a real problem if he had that same work ethic. But but they and Samaj definitely works. Uh, yeah, I agree. I think Conley was the one kid that could play every. Yeah, he was definitely like that.
Because the dude made
Only other
play.
kid I saw
He made
he made
winning
football
plays
plays.
all
Only
the time. Last year when I went to the Jones versus Edgewater game, Sid did his thing, but there was a point in time where Sid was cramping. Who stepped up and made sure the offense stayed afloat till Sid was able to come back? Conley. On defense, Conley saved a long touchdown run. Like he down there like fighting through blocks, made the tackle at the 10. Like he just is. I just like Conley. But anyway,
yeah.
let's go on to number 3. Number 3, we got Osceola. Osceola won last week against Treasure Coast. I saw 2 different scores. I believe the score was 14-5. Osceola is a very, very, very talented ball club. The only question mark that I have for them is at the quarterback position. They have a young man, David Buggs, who came from Kissimmee, one of the private schools in Kissimmee. So honestly, he plays 7-8 man football. it's different. He's playing big boy football at Osceola, and he's got to prove himself this year.
Yeah, hey, we know that. It is what it is. I'm not going. I'm gonna wait and save a lot of stuff for Osceola because they're coming up. Who's number two?
Number 2, we got Jones. They visit Duncanville. Last week, as we know, they beat Cocoa 29-19 on the road. They go on the road again, play Duncanville. I know we're not picking this game, but I'm a pick Jones to win. I'm gonna pick Jones to win. I saw South Oak Cliff and Duncanville play last week, and I thought Duncanville was a pretty good team. Obviously, they ain't playing on ESPN for nothing, but I think Jones could match up with him and beat him.
Uh, no comment, man. This dude here today, shit. Jones must have gave this dude a check. So shit. I mean, damn. I mean, he can go to all Jones games,
No,
and now he picking him to beat Duncanville. But I hope they.
I'm just saying Duncanville. I saw what I saw from Duncanville. Like, I saw better from Miami Northwestern. I thought Miami Northwestern was a better team than Duncanville.
All right. Well, we would definitely see. I hope they do. I want them to go up there and do well. Um, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be with everybody. It's going to be a type of Northwestern type game. If Jones can't really stop the run, it's going to be a problem. I'm just telling you straight up. Like when you tell me Coco didn't run the ball, then I don't know. Like I got to see what they do against the run, but they damn sure got to be able to stop the run this week. Who we got number one?
Number 1, we got Seminole.
All right, so we got Seminole. So we're
Seminole
gonna
number
talk a little
1.
more about
They
Seminole.
they beat Sarasota Riverview last week, dominated them 48-0 at home. So
All right, we're gonna talk a little bit more about them. 48 nothing with so that obviously was a defensive performance. Shout out to Monty, Steve, and all
Monty,
them boys over there.
Calhoun,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. Shout out to all them boys, Coach Cal, and Mr. Wood and all those boys, Boots. So shout out to them boys over there for doing what they do. We're gonna give y'all a little more conversation in a second. That's why we gonna go on and go to the pick'em. All right, so the pick'em this week, we pretty much who we got, who's number one, who's the first team we going to pick?
Pick them this week, just for the record. Last week, pick them record. I was 3-2. You was 2-3. Because you took that stupid Oak Ridge versus West Orange bet. I don't even know why you did that shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
excuse my
was
language.
sticking
I'm sorry. I don't know why you did that. That was just like,
yeah, man, you got to give people something, man. But yeah, we gonna definitely. Yeah, I picked that one, but I still would have been 2-3 because I would have picked the Koi over Popka. So I still would have been 2-3. So it's
all
gonna
right,
be
that's fair enough.
yeah.
This week we're going
That's kind
with
of that's why I did it too. I was trying to pick an upset
right.
special.
I
Yeah,
feel you. This week we're going with first game is EUSTIS versus Lake Minneola. Game is gonna be in Lake Minneola. And I'm riding with Lake Minneola. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
good talent on both teams, but I mean Tyree Patterson, wide receiver for EUSTIS, will lead the way. Head coach Frank Scott, but I like what Walter Banks is doing with Lake Minneola. For a couple years now, I've been watching that program, and I think Lake Minneola will beat EUSTIS.
yeah. I definitely would pick Lake Minneola. I do want to say, uh, I mean, Eustis I think lost to Harmony last week. And they were at home. So
No
you
way
know,
EUSTIS lost last week.
yeah, they lost to Harmony last week. They were at home. So the reality is, I definitely, want to go with Houston. But before we do that, I do want to give a shout out to Coach Frank Scott. Frank Scott is a member of Rejoice in the Lord Ministries. He actually preached a sermon on Sunday. Did a tremendous
After they
job.
lost,
Yeah, he preached a sermon on Sunday after they lost. Did a tremendous job. You can find on YouTube if you want to look at it. Go to Rejoice in the Lord Ministry. You'll see Coach preaching. I was very proud of him. I love to see these young men, these coaches that are giving back to the kids because honestly, high school coaching is really about that. We talk about play calling and all the other stuff, but big shout out to all the coaches who are really impacting these young men's lives. And Frank, is definitely a man of God, and I really appreciate him the way he's talking to his kids. But they're gonna lose this week. Go on to the next.
and that game is actually playing right now. It's a according to Max Prep, is 0-0 in the first quarter. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, you talking about Eustis and Lake Minneola?
Yeah, Eustis and Lake Minneola's playing tonight on Thursday.
Wow, okay.
Thursday
Because
night special.
we didn't choose the other Thursday night special because of that. We should have chose it, but go ahead.
Which one was it?
It was somebody in was it Lake Brevard? Was it Volusia County? Somebody we
No, it
didn't
was
choose.
this one.
Nah, it was yeah, all right, go ahead. Next, I think
Yeah,
it's
I
somebody.
can't
Go
remember.
ahead.
Anyway, next game is gonna be APOPKA versus West Orange. APOPKA has to go to West Orange. West Orange won big last week. They played Oak Ridge though, so you take that with a grain of salt. But I'm gonna put some respect on APOPKA name. I'm not gonna go against them 2 weeks in a row. I'm gonna go with APOPKA to defeat West Orange.
Yeah, Popka definitely defeat that West Orange. I would definitely say that would happen. Um, you know, a Popka's going to be very very physical. If you can't stop the run and you can't go up top, you will not beat those guys. It's just that simple. I mean, they're going to run the ball down your throat, and you got to be ready for it. So even so I definitely think a Popka will handle that one. So we
And,
so
and
we
I'm not. I know you gave a shout out to Caleb Hicks, the quarterback, but I give a shout out to freshman quarterback Tyson Davidson. I'm not sure. I don't recall, but can you recall APOPKA ever starting a freshman quarterback?
Yes, Coach Darlington's son.
Oh
But
well,
but
shoot, what was I
but
thinking?
yeah, Coach Darlington's
He
son.
said yes, Coach
Yeah,
Darlington.
yeah, that was
So
that.
take that back. I thought he made history, but
No, they
he
started a
didn't.
couple other guys as well, but Darlington's son is one I definitely remember. To
Right.
be honest, as much as I love Tyson, I think he's going to be good. They definitely were better. They moved the ball better with Hicks at the quarterback. It wasn't, and some of it has nothing to do with Tyson. As a person who understands football, wide receivers weren't crisp out their routes. They weren't running the routes the right way. He could have had easily 3 pick sixes, seriously, and it really wasn't. Some of one maybe went on him, but a couple of them wouldn't have been his fault, to be totally honest. But if a Popka wants to win, he's like I don't know what like you got to groom him along the way. I think
Right.
and that was a tough start because Okoye's defense is actually pretty good, and Coach Buck did a tremendous job of calling the game. But yeah, but
Yep.
who we got up next up?
Next up, we got Spruce Creek versus Lake Mary. And
Good
honestly,
matchup. Good matchup.
very good matchup. The winner of this game most likely probably gonna find themselves in the top 10.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be hard. It'll be hard. Like it'll be hard to not let one in, especially because we know that Coco's dropping out, and if you're on the bottom half, you can't afford to lose either. So but it'll be hard because I mean I think it's gonna be a good game,
Oh,
and that game
bro.
is at Lake Mary. So
Bro, you funny, bro. You say Coco dropping out.
they dropping out. It is what it is. Anybody, hey, man, you can call. Hey, and what's sad is them our boys over there at Coco. We got a lot of love for them. They deal with us with the Elite 100, all that, but they're not going to go down there and beat St. Thomas. If they go down there and beat St. Thomas, then I'm gonna put them. They jumping up to number
They
one.
jumping.
Yeah, the number
They
one.
jumping.
Number one. Shit. If they go to St. Thomas and beat St. Thomas, after what I saw on TV with St. Thomas, they got to be number one. But
Yeah, St. Thomas real deal.
yeah. Uh, who do you got then?
Oh no. I got Spruce Creek. I got Spruce Creek.
I got Spruce Creek too. I
Yeah.
think I got Spruce Creek. I was hoping that Anthony would get on line, Anthony Marshall, because they
Yeah, he
beat
the main one I want to talk to.
they,
He the
they
main
beat
one.
they beat DP 13-7.
He the
And
main one talking about they're gonna beat DP by 21.
yeah,
They ain't even score 21. Talking about they're
yeah,
gonna win by 21. He disrespecting Wells' defense, man.
yeah, Wells called a great game, but they left
He
they
said
they dropped
Lang gonna have 150. This
they,
man,
well,
but
they dropped.
Lang did have a Marquez did have a pretty solid day though. I think
Oh
he
yeah,
had over 100.
oh yeah, he's a solid running back. But
Very good.
you know, they dropped at least 2 touchdowns. DP when I went and looked at the film, they dropped at least 2 touchdowns. So, so they can't blame anybody. DP let one get away. DP is actually gonna be sneaky good as they get as the season go on, they're gonna be a team like a normal DP. DP always struggle at the beginning of the year. And by the time the middle of the season come on, they're a different team.
You don't want
So
to play him.
you don't want to play them. All right, who we got? Who we got next up?
Next up, we got Rockledge versus Doral Academy.
Okay.
Rockledge. I think they have to go to Doral Academy if I'm not mistaken. Let me
Yeah,
double
I'm
check.
sure they can. They got to because they can't
They
have they
home
can't.
again. I don't even know. Rockledge home their first 3 games, but they home again against Doral Academy.
Okay.
Doral Academy was a solid team last year. I think they was 11-2, but I got Rockledge winning.
Okay.
When I
Let me
look
see.
when I looked at the opponents that Doral Academy beat last year, they
Well,
every opponent they beat had a losing record last year.
yeah. The only thing about Doral Academy is that I want to say, and I'm going to go with Rockledge, but I want to say they might have had quite a few transfers come in. I want to say they had quite a few, uh, but I'm definitely going to go with those guys. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they had quite a few transfers come in. They have a pretty tough schedule. To be honest, looking at their schedule, they have a real tough schedule. So I don't think a coach would schedule this kind of. I don't think a coach
Man,
would have this kind of schedule.
last year South Broward had a losing record. Southridge had a losing record. Goldman had a losing like all it all half the teams they played last year had 4-6 records, man.
Yeah, well, now what are we saying? Are we gonna say that? Because remember, we keep saying last year was last year and this year is this
Yeah,
year.
last year is
But
last year,
this is about
but
the
at the
third
same
time.
time, when I looked at the roster, they had a lot of sophomores. So those same guys will be back. Obviously they're a year older, but I mean, I wasn't that impressed
I
with them
want to say
last year.
I want to say they had a lot of transfers coming in. I remember people in Miami talking about that. Like they had a lot of 4 and 5 star kids to transfer in. I want to say a lot of those kids that were going to go to that whatever little school that they made that was while Brando died. I think a lot of those
Right,
guys went there. But
right.
but I'm definitely going to Rockledge. But because we're gonna support the home spot. All right, so who we got? We had our game of the week.
Game of the week. So we got the same picks this week so far. Game of the week is Seminole versus Osceola. Um,
Okay.
it's a 1 versus 3 matchup in our rankings. Um, it's a toss up, bro.
Well, all right. Well, then I'm gonna make it easy for you because like it is a toss up. Like first of all, we'll do a little quick preview of what
Let's
we
do a
the
preview.
guys. So both teams have a lot of talent, a lot of Division 1 talent on the board. It's literally it's a you know you got Seminoles offense against Osceola's defense. Um, the Osceola's offense will be against a young but athletic Seminole defense. Uh, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that uh, it's going to be a good game. Somebody said Seminole by 14. Um, Personally, I don't think it'll be like that. I think it'll be a close game, and the team who makes the most mistakes will probably lose the game. Osceola is at home. Everything is there for Osceola. I just don't trust the Osceola offense. It's just that simple. I don't trust the Osceola offense. The defense, I trust. The offense, I don't trust. But with that being said, Goldie ain't playing. So now, do I really trust Seminole to go out there and do what they're supposed to do? So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with those Seminole just because I think their defense is underrated, is young, but their defense is what Osceola defense is now. They're gonna be like that in a couple of years. They're gonna be a real problem. Uh, the question is, if I was playing Osceola, and the reality is, I'm gonna stop the run. You got to show me you can beat me passing the ball.
You better stop the
TJ
run.
Massey gonna have to show me that he's that guy. He really is, and I think TJ can do it, but he's gonna have to show me because I'm not gonna let little chick get off and beat me because if Osceola can run it down your throat, then you're gonna lose every time. So I'm gonna go with Seminole. I'm not gonna go by 14. I'm gonna say it's a closer game than that. And really, if I was betting, if this was Vegas, I would stay away from this game because it can go either way. I just know it's going to be a great game. I know you're going to be there to witness it. We know it's going to be a great atmosphere. And if Osceola offense gets rolling, they're going if Osceola offense get rolling, they might win by 14. Seriously, I just don't. I can't pick Seminole by 14, knowing that Goldie's not playing. I just can't. But
Well, what I would say is I like Seminole to win that game.
All right, well, I'm gonna go with Osceola because we got to have some. I'm one game behind, so I'm gonna go with
I'm
Osceola.
going with Seminole.
All right,
I just think obviously I respect both coaches.
yeah,
Osceola is led by Eric Pinellas, Seminole is led by
very good.
Eric Lodge. Both coaches have a phenomenal post on the program, and they're able to get the most out of their players.
Their players
Um,
love them. Their players love them.
Players love them. They
The
respect
players love
them.
them.
And
They
I
both
got
good guys.
nothing bad to say about either one of the guys or the program. But when it boils down to it, I just think that with Osceola, with the big question mark is their offense, obviously with David Buggs at quarterback, not knowing what's going to be what with him. I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna get out of Luke Rucker.
Oh yeah,
I'm
positive.
gonna get 175 to
Oh,
200 yards
you
on
gonna get over
average.
20 yards. You're gonna get over
You know what I
20
mean?
yards.
So when I know that I'm gonna get that from him, I already know that they have a stable of running backs.
Correct. They're gonna get.
Granted, they are missing their best player in Goldie, but I just saw Justin Rosario Jr. I just saw him run a punt back last week. The young man is fast, quick. I just think that obviously can't keep going back on the pass, but I saw Seminole play Chaminade Madonna last year. They lost 23-26. Seminole gave that game up last year. And
They
Chaminade
gave up both games. They
they
gave the game
gave
away
that
to Pop.
game away last year. And even when I go to Apopka, yes,
They gave that
Apopka
game
beat
up
them in
too.
the playoffs. Seminole gave that game up, if we be honest. Nakai Martinez made a hell of a play, game-changing play. It flipped the
It's just four.
game
It's either
upside down on
14
the pick
nothing. It was
six.
14 nothing. It was 7-6. Huge play.
That was a huge play. That flipped the whole game for Apopka. But I just think Seminole too deep. I think they got too many athletes on defense. Like you said, they linebackers, they're all young, fast, 6'1", 200-pound
Oh
guys.
no, they're
They
gonna
all
beat
could
you.
run. But I do know Osceola has, in my opinion, I haven't seen a better 2025 running back in the state of Florida. I'll keep doing research, but Chick, I think that he is the man. And
He a
but
bad
I
boy,
know
but
that Seminole's not gonna let him beat them.
yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, and actually I like that score. I like that score. Actually, I don't know who that is, but I kind of like that score. I think it's gonna be 14-10, 17-14, one of those kind of games, or somebody's gonna win like that. But since we definitely don't want to be going 5-0, and it's a pick'em game anyway. I'll switch over to Osceola because it could go either way. It really can. Osceola's at home. Uh, you know, uh, your boy's not playing Goldie. I got love for all of them, but for the sake of the show, and I love both teams. As to be honest, I mean, both coaches are really good guys. Even though Pinellas, I give him a hard time. Somebody want wing bet. Let's see who this is. Like
And
somebody,
let's
hey, put your name up. Put your name up so I know who you is.
and let's
You see the
let's
same
clear the
picture.
record. When one of these ball clubs lose, they will not drop out of the top 10. I repeat, they will
Yeah,
not drop out of the top
if we
10.
if we got a top five matchup, you can't drop them out the way.
Golly.
Oh, no, Boots. All right, Boots. Yeah, okay. Now we got
I'm on the other side though. I'm gonna be real with you. I know you like the low scoring 14-10, 17-10.
17-14,
I
3-point game.
I think it's the other way. I think Seminole gonna win because they'll have to score at least 21 points. And I think that Seminole will score. I think Seminole gonna score at least 20 something.
I don't think so. I don't think either one
I
of these
feel
teams
you.
can score. I don't think either one of these teams can score 21 on either one of their defense. I really don't. I mean, you're looking at two of the best defenses in Central Florida. Real talk. Like
Listen,
their defense, they're both of these two defenses. If we talking defense, they probably 1 and 2, to be really honest. That's why I'm like, man, this
in
game,
this
this game.
from what I've seen, I would agree.
And remember the weather. We don't know how it's going to be, but I don't know
It
if it's
could,
going to be
yeah,
the
I'm with
best
you.
the best weather in the planet. So,
It,
Boots, we on for the wings. We would get wings anyway, though, Boots. But we need to do that anyway. Matter of fact, I need to get with you anyway. For those who don't know, Boots, he does roofing. So if you have any roofing issues, I need to get with you. My grandma, my mother-in-law got some roofing issues. That's another story. So we'll chop it up on that too.
Boots,
But
get this money, boy.
Yeah, so we getting wings. It's a wing bet, So hey, hey, we gonna have to do it next week because we ain't hey. So I don't know what your next Thursday is like before, because I want to be able to, before I come on the show next week, to either say you got me some wings or I got you some wings. So is that a deal, Boots? We good? So just hit me up. You can text me or put it on here. So hey, is what it is. So hey, next week game of the week is who?
Next week, game of the week. Let's see. Next week,
Oh,
next
Edgewater.
week is gonna be week 3.
Yeah.
We're looking at Boone versus Winter Park in Winter Park. So two historical Orlando programs will be in Winter Park for that game next week.
Yeah, so hey, that's a historical matchup. Boots talking about deal. You're gonna be giving me some wings. Boots, I won't mind hot lemon pepper, baby, hot lemon pepper. But we gonna figure it out. So hey, big shout out. So we'll be at that game. If my son wasn't playing, I would love to be at Osceola Seminole. I think it'll be a tremendous atmosphere. I think if nothing else, if you own this station, please go check out the game. That's gonna definitely be the game of the week. Going forward, just so we can let the people know about the format. Uh, Next week, game of the week, we're looking for someone from Winter Park, someone from Boone to come out. You should have a whole bunch of people from Boone because they the main ones blowing up the Twitter, Instagram. So if we need one person from each one, so that we
No
can,
kids though.
no kids, grown ups, so that we can, come and have you talk about the teams and and all that kind of good stuff. So that's next week. So look forward to it. Anything else you got for the people?
No, that's it.
Oh, make sure
Like
y'all
and
contact Coach AJ and contact us on Twitter at what uh,
Elite
Elite
100
100 Prospect.
Prospects. Yep, on Twitter. I'm also on Twitter, Coach AJ Brooks. But yeah, contact us on Twitter for sponsorship opportunities. Contact us if you want to get involved in the show. It's an interactive show. We like to interact with our fans.
Definitely.
And yeah, let's have a good one. Hopefully, we have some good weather tomorrow, and we can see some good games.
Yeah, we're gonna see some good games for certain. So everybody, hey, look, hey, big shout out. We out here watching. I'm watching Pitt in West Virginia. West Virginia's up 7-3. We got a couple of kids that play for Pitt, even kids that that played in the Legends All Star game. So we want to see what these boys do at Pitt and West Virginia. So all right then, man. Hold on, we got one person that got something to say. Great job, coaches.
Thank you, ma'am.
I like your research, AJ. All right.
See,
Can I be on the next show? No, you can be on the next show, but you got to
we
show
should have had her on last week, man.
Oh no, no, we really should have, but but I just want this same energy in about 2 minutes. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you
I
finna
like,
get it too.
yeah, I want it. I mean, I'm
You
looking
gonna get
forward to it.
exactly what you asking for.
I'm hoping so. Shit, I want the same energy. So shout out to Mrs. Wasim, that was a part of our show. But hey, but on a serious tip, like next week we're looking for someone from Boone, someone from Winter Park to kind of let us know a little insight on the game before we pick them. So yeah, I bet she love you, AJ. I'm
I
sure.
love you too. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yeah. But so we gonna make sure that we get all that done, and we will catch y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, man. So